My name is Orkun Düzgün. I'm the advertising manager here at Amazon Guy. And today we will be discussing different ad strategies, different bidding strategies, and how do they really work and how should be utilizing them. So let's say that with the up and down, we are saying that we want to bid $1. And when we say that, we are telling Amazon that when it is up and down, we are telling Amazon that you can actually increase my bid by 100% or decrease it. This basically means that, let's make it plus minus. So this basically means that Amazon basically can increase it or decrease it, and depending on the likelihood of sale. So they basically know what is the percentage of a customer, like what is the likeliness of a customer will buy when they search for the product. So they have so many data going in the background, and we don't really know how does really work. But what's happening is that if Amazon feels like a search, like if a customer is making a search and if they feel like you are more in a likelihood of sale, your keyword, like your bid, can actually go up to $2. And if it feels like it is not going to be a sale, but they just want to make sure that you are bidding, like you are actually visible, then it can be, I don't know, 0.5, 0.3, like depending on the auction. But basically, let's say that if they feel like, if the Amazon algorithm feels like there is going to be a sale, likelihood of sale, then our bid can increase to two, over 100. And this is something bad, just because we cannot basically control it. What I mean by we cannot control it. So let's say that we have this keyword, right, in exact match. We have keyword 1, and this is in exact match, and we are bidding, let's make it exact, and we are bidding $1. And let's make it, our bid is $1, and our cost per click is, let's say, $0.9. So this is bid. Let me make this one clear. Bid, this is the CPC, right? Perfect. So what's happening is that my bid is $1 and cost per click is $0.9. But let's say that my ACOS is super high for this keyword and I want to control it. So normally how we can control the keyword itself and the positioning of that keyword is basically by lowering this bid. So let's say that if the bid is $1, I would like to lower it above the cost per click so that I'm actually lowering the ACOS. So let's say that our target ACOS is 40%, but now we're at, I don't know, somewhere around 80%, let's say. And this is where when I want to lower the bids more than the cost per click, depending on the position. Of course, this depends on everything, depending on what is your goal for those keywords. Is it going to be organic ranking? Is it going to be profitability? Is it something else? So it depends on everything. It depends on the business strategy, basically. But this is, again, just an example. So just take it as an example. And for this specific example, we want to lower it. We want to make $1 all the way to, let's say, $0.7, so that my bid is actually lower than my cost per click, so that I can lower my ACOS, theoretically. But what's happening is that if the bid is up and down, then what's happening is that you might be bidding, depending on Amazon, you might bid all the way up to 1.4. just because it can increase your sale, like it can increase your bid by 100%. And what's happening here is 1.4 is still higher than 0.9, right? I'll probably be having 80% ACOS, and it's probably not going to change. Basically, I don't have any control of the accounts. So we don't want this. We definitely don't want it. That's why we usually don't use up and down. Let's say that, coming to the down only. With the down only, Amazon is actually only lowering your bid. They are not actually lowering your bid. What's happening is that you're just winning the auctions, and if the auction is super expensive, let's say that the top spots is like the cost per clicks are going to $3, $4, and you are only bidding $1, then Amazon is basically not going to show you, not going to put you in an auction, just because you won't be able to win it eventually. So what's happening here is, let's say that, again, our bid is $1, our cost per click is 0.9, and I just want to control it. I just want to control my ACOS. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to lower it to 0.8. And what's happening here is, Now my bid is 0.8, my cost per click is 0.9. But now if we check the keywords after some time, what's going to happen is that we will be seeing that, we'll probably see that our cost per click will be less than 0.8. It can even be 0.79. But we definitely know that it will be something less than 0.8. So it will be down only. It can only go down. It cannot go up. So it will be probably somewhere around, I don't know, 70, 75, depending on depending on the auctions basically. But this way, what happened is that my cost per click is was 0.9. My new cost per click is 0.7, meaning that I'm paying less for the cost per click. This might lower your ACOS. I don't know if it's going to be 60 or 70, so this can change basically. But what I'm trying to say is since you change the cost per click, now you're controlling the accounts. Now you're saying that, okay, this is maximum that I can pay for cost per click, and if your conversion rate will be the same, your ACOS will be lower. But of course, the conversion rate might be different, that it can change, just because the position can change. As you might remember, we had different positions, like the top positions, and on those top positions we have like first spot, second spot, and let's say that you have, I don't know, 15% conversion rate on the first spot. But if you bid lower, you will be on the different spots, or maybe even you will be on the bottom of the page. Then your conversion might not stay at 15%. It might change. So that's what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't mean that lowering the cost per click, lowering the bid will actually lower your ACOS, but it is the best way and the most controllable way to control your ACOS. So that's why we love down only. So what about the third one? What is fixed bids? Let's go to this one. So with fixed bids, we love to use fixed bids when we are launching a product, if we are expanding the product, if the product is already proven by the market itself. We just love to use fixed bids. So the only difference between fixed bids and down only is that fixed bids, so with the down only, Amazon is just basically choosing which auctions you will be joining. So let's say that someone is searching for keyword 1, right? Customer 1 searched for keyword 1, and then customer 1 again searched for keyword 2, and then customer 2 searched for keyword 1, and customer 2 searched for keyword 3. Let's say that customer 1 really wants to buy this one. Like let's give them colors. So this is like I cannot change it. So if you can just give me a second, I will fix it and I'll make it super easy for us to understand. If it's green, the likelihood of sale is super high. If it's yellow, let's say Amazon is not super sure if this is going to convert or not, like if this customer is going to buy or not. And if it's red, it means that Amazon probably knows that this customer is not going to convert well. So basically, with down only, Amazon is just going to choose which customer and keyword match you will be visible, or you will be in those auctions or not. So basically, Amazon algorithm will choose for you. If the algorithm thinks that you will be converting well for this one, I mean the green one, then you will be shown. If it thinks that it's not going, Amazon is not, the algorithm is not super sure if you're going to convert or not, then you might be shown or not. If it's going to be red, you probably not be shown, just because Amazon knows that you won't be converting on this one, and it will not even put you in the auction. But with fixed bids, it doesn't really matter how the conversion will look like for the Amazon algorithm. Amazon will put you in way more auctions than ever, when you compare with down only. So when you just switch from down only to fixed bids, what we usually see is that the impressions increase, and this doesn't necessarily mean that the sales will also increase, just because now the algorithm is not choosing for us. Like maybe this client, maybe Amazon algorithm really knows that this client is not going to convert, But again, since this is fixed bid, and let's say your bid is enough for the keywords for those auctions, Amazon will basically put you on those auctions and you will be visible. So your impressions will increase, your probably clicks will increase, and maybe you won't be converting just because those customers were not there to buy it. But with down only, maybe Amazon would show only those ones and you would get a better conversion rate but less traffic. That's why we are using fixed bids when we are launching a product or when we know that the product is working super well, and it doesn't matter if we show it to the more customers or not. So basically this is the idea. So what we can say is like, this is something, down only is something that we almost always use just because we can control the bids. Fixed bids is something that we use often actually. I'm not gonna say that we are not using it, but this is like the more controlled way of using the account, understanding how it works, so that we are not basically losing the ACOS control or the traffic control. But the down only, up and down, is something that we don't basically use just because it doesn't really work. Rather than using down only, if you are going to bid, let's say, do you really want to bid $2 and you're okay to make it for Amazon to make it $4 by that with down only, that up and down only, then just make $4 with down only or $4 with fixed bids, and then you control it. You can just control the cost per click this way, you can control your bid this way, and this is basically the difference between up and down, down only, and fixed bids. So to summarize everything up, we don't use up and down. You can of course use this is not a rule, but up and down you cannot control the account. The whole control is almost in Amazon's hand, so you cannot optimize the account. With down only and fixed bids, you can control the account, everything is under control. You are bidding as much as you want to pay, and then you will just see if you're winning those auctions or not. And the difference between those two is that even though they are both working as down only, with fixed bids you are entering more auctions, meaning that you are getting more traffic, more clicks, and hopefully and probably more sales. With down only, Amazon algorithm is just choosing the customers and choosing by likelihood of sale of that keyword customer relation, like if it's going to be a sale or not. So basically this is the idea. If you have any other questions, you can always ask down in the comments below. So I'll see you on the next video.